Hello, everybody. Happy full moon in Aquarius. So, with the full moon in Aquarius, it's all about getting weird or getting in touch with our weird. So, I really encourage that. And I see if you follow me and you notice, I like to make silly memes sometimes just because I find them funny. I know not everyone else thinks they're funny. And honestly, it's just to make us laugh and bring our attention to like what's going on. Usually it's moon related or planets or something. And the last one that I just did for the Aquarius new moon, or full moon rather, it was just so funny. And they're all been Bob's Burgers ones lately because those just make me laugh. And you know what? We all need a good laugh, right? And I just said we need to harness our weird. So I'm sharing my weird with you. And, obviously, you don't want to post memes every single day. I mean, some people do. That's just their thing. But, sometimes it's fun just to be silly and not so serious. So that's my take on that. And I'm going to continue to post them. So it's just whatever. But anyway, so we are in August now. And I don't know. July was a wild month. There has been so much happening in my just family for July that it's been like a lot. So this month I think is also going to be it's going to be kind of crazy. I keep saying it's August, right? And I keep saying every month since January, I've been like, oh, okay, when things settle down. And again, it's August and I'm still saying that. So obviously, I think I just need to accept the fact that this is just going to be a wild ride. 2025, we're just riding the wave. I think that's all we can do right now. And, there's just been so many changes, so many realizations, really just trying to figure it all out, right? And I've been doing a lot of writing. I had a lot of projects coming out. I left it downstairs, but the Witch's Companion, the Llewellyn's Witch's Companion for 25 just came out. And I have a submission in there about using crystals in your spell work. So definitely you can order that wherever you want. And actually, Llewellyn is having a 50% off sale. And it's probably a really good idea for you to take advantage of that. So you can grab that. You can grab Enchanted Forest Felines and you can pre-order Manifesting by the Moon, a guide to lunar magic. So you can go ahead and order all of the things that I'm doing and get 50% off. I mean, that's pretty good deal. I highly recommend it. And if you do pre-order Manifesting by the Moon, send me a screenshot of your receipt and I will send you my ebook. I made an ebook basically of the things that didn't make it into the book. And this particular one is it has recipes for every moon phase. It has some extra spell work in there. So it's really a bonus guide to the book. And it's literally stuff I wanted in the book. It just didn't make it. And, if you send me a receipt that you pre-ordered, I can go ahead and I will share that with you as a thank you. So let us do some readings for this full moon. And we're going to use the Enchanted Forest Felines deck of mine. And like I said, it's 50% off at Llewellyn right now. So super, I think it's like $20. So it makes it like, what? Like, that's such an amazing deal. Like, come on. Definitely take advantage of that. So today, we usually start with Aries because they're the first one, but I think I'm going to mix it up a little. I think we're going to go ahead and start with Pisces today. We're going to start with our friends, our Piscean friends. So the 10 of mushrooms. Everything's coming full circle for you, Pisces, and it's really your time to enjoy it. Enjoy the people that helped you, that guided you, that were there for you, that cheered you on, your friends that are family and your family that are friends and all of those things. It's really just that time to just kick back, relax, and enjoy your company. And yeah, Pisces. I like that. That's good. It's a good August card, I feel like, because we're getting to the end of the season, which we still have a little way to go, but we all know once July 15th hits and all the Halloween stuff comes out, we're ending the season. We're getting to the end. It's just how it is. All right, so Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. So Aquarius, we have the Lovers. I love that for our Aquarius on our Aquarius moon, especially if you have an Aquarius moon. So for you, it's all about the big relationships in your life, fostering them, giving them the attention that they need, building that base. And it really, like, the building the base of your relationships kind of came up for me because we see our kitties are in this log right here. Look how cute. And so it's like building the base of this relationship and this love. So that is really something for you to think about, Aquarius. Next, we have our Capricorns. So for our Capricorns, we got the Knight of Mushrooms. So for you, Capricorns, it's all about, you're still in the planning stages. So I feel like if you were like, should I start this project or go on this trip or do this thing right now? I would probably say yes, but not at this second. You still need have some planning to do. There's still some unanswered questions. So that's what you really need to focus on. And then everything will just kind of play out how it's supposed to. All right. Sagittarius. All right, Sag. We have the World. So for you right now, Sagittarius, the world is your oyster. And I know you love to hear that. So I really think this month is really embracing all around you, everything that's around you that makes you happy. And also taking stock on that. Is everything in your everyday, in your world, in your life right now, the way you want it? And if it isn't, the full moon's a great time to let that stuff go or start moving that energy away by taking some really mindful action steps towards that. So this is just kind of your overall check of your whole world right now. Next, we have our Scorpios. So for our Scorpios, we have the 8 of Dandelions. All right, Scorpios. You've blindfolded yourself for long enough. Yes, situations might be going on. Yes, you're taking it personally. I love you for that, Scorpios. But it's really time for you to move on. It's time to take that blindfold off. Stop overthinking the situation, what you should have said, what you should have done, any of those things. And it's really time for you to give yourself a break and start to kind of look around and see what else there is out there for you. So time to focus on something a little different, Scorpios. All right, my Libras. And I'm a Libra sun. So we have the 7 of Dandelions. So for you Libras, it's really about leaving something behind that you don't need anymore. For me, it has a 2 there, which is pretty significant for me, but it's also just, you know what, you can turn around and pick those dandelions up, right? Or those ideas, those thoughts, those feelings. But you know what, you're looking at them like, but wait, do I really need them? Do I need the burden of those things that no longer serve me? Great thing to do for this full moon. Again, let it go. And I won't sing for you. So next we have Justice. And Justice is for our Virgo friends. So Virgos, there you go. Look at that. Love this. This is one of my favorite cards. I love this card. And all right. So I had to pause for a quick minute, and I never did that before, so hopefully it's not anything weird. But anyhow, I know we did our Libras, and now we are going to move on to our Virgos. Oh, hold on. I almost shuffled my deck totally weird. Let's redo that. Okay. All right, Virgos, what do we got for you? So we have the 3 of Branches. All right, Virgos, it's time. You have options. You know you have options, and now it's really time to research those options and make a decision. You can sit there and admire the view all you want, but after a while, those options are going to disappear. So that's something for you to really start thinking about during this new moon. Then we're going to go to our Leo. So Leos, we have the 9 of branches. You might have a little beat up in this last moon phase season. Probably, maybe we'll go from the last full moon to now. Maybe this last month or so has been a little bit much for you, and you were in Leo season and all that, and it was wonderful. But I think a lot of truths have come out, and a lot of things have moved where they're supposed to, and it always isn't the way you want it to happen. And so you might feel a little battered and bruised, but for you, I think it's really important to practice some self-care. That's for you, Leos. Brush that mane out. Maybe a conditioning treatment. All right, so Cancers. What do we got for our Cancers? The Knight of Saucers. Oh, I love that. It's really time to chase your dreams. It's time to do what you love, deciding what you love, defining what you love, and going after it. We have this really nice stream, but it is moving. If you see that, there is movement in that stream. So any water in the tarot is motion. So that is moving emotion. And I think that's moving towards things you love to do, or towards the people that you care about. And maybe you've been holding back, but that's your card saying it's go time. So then we have our Geminis. So the Geminis are the 5 of dandelions. Gemini, I know you're clever. You are clever. I pretty much, like I always say, I collect Geminis. I have so many Geminis in my life. And I really think that right now you need to just kind of slow your roll. Even though you are clever, and even though you may be right about things, it doesn't mean that you need to express that right now, and that maybe by doing that a little too much, you might be hurting some other people. And so maybe taking a different approach might be the best way to go right now. And then that brings us to Taurus. All right, Taurus, we have the Empress. So Taurus, and I love this for the Tauruses, this Empress energy, it's all about nurturing. And I feel like it's time for you to nurture yourself, your spaces, those around you, and really start paying attention to the little things going on. There's always big things going on. That's never going to change. But right now it's focused on the small things and the small actions and the small, just those little love taps and those just little nudges. It's really important to pay attention to that, especially intuitive ones. And now we have our Aries, which have the High Priestess for you, Aries. So you are really, I think you're really stepping into a higher spiritual energy, and that can look different for absolutely everybody. And really whatever comes to mind as I'm saying this is really what you need to be focusing on. That could be mindfulness, that could be grounding, that could be meditation, that could be just reading, that could be dancing. Whatever those things that make you feel that you're connected to spirit, to earth, those are what you need to be focusing on right now. And that's super important for you, Aries. So yeah, I think that we pretty much got everybody. And I hope that you all have a really fun, weird full moon ahead. And I will talk to you all really soon. Bye.